Hello everyone, hope you are doing very well. In this video, I will be discussing and demonstrating a topic called pre-bid queries by supplier or vendor. Before we jump into the demo, I have created a PowerPoint presentation so that you can understand what I'm going to talk about and what is the scenario is about. So what is pre-bid queries by supplier? Say Pre-bid queries refer to questions or such clarifications that potential bidders submit to the project owner before submitting a formal bid. It can be product owner or it can be requirement owner as well. Okay, let's discuss this in the simpler way. Say an organization has a requirement, and for that they have created a request for quotation and they have floated that quotation to multiple vendors or particular vendor. Then vendor receive the quotation and then they have some queries and they need to clarify before submitting their bid. Okay, and for that that a vendor or supplier or organization you know clarifies it by mobile call, by chat, by by some clarification over the email, and then they get the clarification, and after that they're okay to submit the bid, and they actually complete their bidding and they give the price. So that is basically the pre-bid queries. So pre-bid queries is before submitting the bid, if they have some clarification, get to know, then they clarify it and they get the clarification from the organization, then they submit the bid for for the next day. So this process, how systematically we can do this in system, which means in Microsoft Dynamics system of finance and operation, when the request for quotation is sent to the vendor, how vendor can respond or make a question in the system itself by a chat, and the organization, like the organization means the Dynamics system of organization, they can see those that question in the system itself by a chat, and they respond and the vendor gets clarification. So everything is a systematic. So vendor comes, make a question in the portal, and organization sees it in the portal and reply in the portal. So everything is a systematic way, and this process I'm going to showcase by the vendor collaboration framework. Let's see what we have in the system. The first thing we need to do is we need to go to the procurement and sourcing module and procurement and sourcing parameters. And in the request for quotation tab, we need to enable this allow vendor question. And now what we will do, we will create a quotation, and this can be created from the requisition itself. However, in the interest of time, I will only create the quotation. Okay. Then I will switch to the vendor collaboration and we'll see how these questions can be raised in the vendor collaboration itself. So dummy project ID, I will give it blank. I'm just creating a quotation. And before creating the quotation from the header, what we need to do, we need to click on this allow vendor question to yes, and we will proceed further. We will select the item, maybe this one. Okay, okay, I think it is not selected. Bearing, and then maybe I will add the unit price 78, and I will 700, and then I will go to the header section here and I will send it to vendor. So this vendor is, I have the access in the vendor portal with this vendor. So what I'm doing is I'm sending this quotation to the vendor. Okay, this is fine. So the quotation is getting sent. So the quotation is sent. And now I will switch over my system to vendor collaboration module. Like I'm playing as a role of this vendor from the vendor collaboration portal. So now I have opened the vendor collaboration module or portal, vendor portal, and here I will click on vendor bidding and I will select the bidding which we have just raised it. I will go here and I have option bid or decline. So as I mentioned, this is a pre-bidding queries. Before bidding, just looking at this requirement, before bidding, I want some clarification from the organization who has sent this quotation to me. So in the option, if you see, there is a option will be enabled questions and answers. What we will do, we need to click on question and answers, and I will click on ask a question. Here I will ask, hey, uh, can you explain requirement in detail? We need to know expected budget. Sales team. Okay, now I will submit it, and this question is submitted. Now what we will do, I'll switch back to the organization's quotation. I will just refresh this page. I will click on question and answers from the quotation, and if you see, in the real time these questions are integrated in the portal. In the RFQ, I can see the questions, right, and I can give the answer from here. I will go here. I can write, please check the detail requirement attachment shared in the RFQ, right? And I can click on send answers. So as soon as I send this answer, I will switch back to the portal and I will just refresh it, and it will take some time. I'll just go back. I'll question and answer. If you see, the answer is now in under the publish answered answers tab. This is the question I have asked to the organization, and this is the answer I got from the organization, right? So question received, when the question was raised, when the answer is received. And if I want, I can still go ahead and create another question like this, a test, right? I have asked this question. Again, I will switch back to the organization portal, and you will see another question has been raised here. I can reply, and so on and so forth. Same thing will happen in the portal. So once I get the clarification, then I am good. I got the clarification, and then I can go ahead and click on bid. However, always remember, there is no restriction that you cannot ask question after while you are bidding it. Even I have selected the bidding, I can still go ahead and ask questions. There is no restrictions, right? So that's what I wanted to showcase in the demo, like how the pre-bidding queries can be handled or mitigated in the system, that you don't organization doesn't need any call, that can be mitigated by a chat in the system itself by the vendor collaboration model. So I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Stay tuned for another video like this.